Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating and often overlooked story from the Bible, Moses' marriage to a Cushite woman. This wasn't just a simple family affair. It led to a dramatic confrontation and a powerful lesson from God himself. So, who was this woman? The Bible, in the book of Numbers, chapter 12, tells us Moses married a Cushite woman. Cush is an ancient term often associated with the region of Nubia, which is modern-day Sudan. This means Moses' wife was a black woman from Africa. While the Bible also mentions Moses' Midianite wife Zipporah, some scholars believe this Cushite woman was Zipporah herself, as Midian was sometimes considered part of the broader Cushite territory. Others think this was a second wife. Either way, her ethnicity is central to what happens next. This marriage didn't sit well with everyone, particularly Moses' own siblings, Miriam and Aaron. They started speaking against Moses because of his Cushite wife. They complained, "Has the Lord spoken only through Moses? Hasn't he also spoken through us?" It seems they used his marriage as a pretext to challenge his unique leadership and authority. Their criticism was rooted in prejudice and jealousy, a dangerous combination that did not go unnoticed by God. Suddenly, the Lord called Moses, Aaron, and Miriam to the tent of meeting. When they gathered, God's presence descended in a pillar of cloud. His response was swift and stern. He defended Moses unequivocally, reminding Aaron and Miriam of Moses' special status. God spoke to Moses face to face, not in riddles like with other prophets. He then posed a piercing question. "Why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses?" The divine rebuke was clear. Challenging Moses was challenging God's chosen leader. Immediately after God's presence lifted, Miriam was struck with a severe skin disease. Described as being white as snow, it was a direct and visible punishment for her leading role in the criticism. Aaron, seeing his sister's condition, immediately pleaded with Moses for forgiveness and healing. Moses, in his characteristic compassion, cried out to the Lord, "Please, God, heal her." God answered, but Miriam had to remain outside the camp for 7 days, a time of public humility and purification, before she was healed and allowed to return. So, what can we learn from this powerful story? First, it's a strong biblical condemnation of prejudice. God directly defended Moses' marriage and punished the prejudice against his Cushite wife. It teaches us that God looks at the heart, not at outward appearances or ethnic origins. Second, it's a profound lesson about respecting God-appointed authority and the dangers of jealousy and pride. Miriam and Aaron's challenge stemmed from their own ambition, and it led to severe consequences. This story reminds us to check our own hearts and motives, to champion love over prejudice, and to respect the leadership that God has placed in our lives. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found this story as impactful as I do, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the scriptures. See you next time.